Joining us now exclusively, Scott Kirby, the CEO of United Airlines. Mr. Kirby, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Let's just start with the back and forth. Of course, earlier this week, the federal judge down in Florida rolling back the mask mandate. 2 days later, the Justice Department announces it's going to be appealing. What's your reaction to the judge's decision and the announcement from the administration that they're going to appeal?
Well, first, I think the most important point is that the science really indicates, and we help work on the study, that an airplane, particularly because of the airflow on an airplane, is literally the safest place you can be indoors and be around other people. And so we were on the road, I think, to removing the mask even before the judge's ruling. And I think Tom Costello had it exactly right. This appeal is mostly about jurisdiction. I think it's very unlikely that a mask requirement is going to come back anytime in the foreseeable future.
On the plane, yes, perhaps. But what about when you're waiting in line at the airport? I was at an airport yesterday. Packed, probably the most packed I've seen it over the last 2.5 years. And now you've got a lot of folks who are walking around those airports unmasked, cases up, as you know, 50% over the last 2 weeks. Is this the best time to do this?
Yeah, look, broadly in society, I think almost everywhere we go, restaurants, sporting events, everywhere we go, because of the availability of vaccines, the efficacy of treatments, and the way the numbers have come down, broadly everywhere indoors, we're getting back to living life as normal. COVID is going to be with us. It's going to be endemic. It's going to be here for a long time. But we're learning to live with that, including in airports or in restaurants or at sporting events. And by the way, the airports actually wind up being one of the safer places as well, because the standards for air filters in higher, while they're not HEPA grade filters, they're much higher than in most buildings. So, I look at it compared to other indoor locations, right, and an airport is safer than most of the other indoor locations where you'll be.
What about the immunocompromised? What about children under 5?
Yeah, so as a father of 7, I have 2 children under 5, and really confident in having them out, both at airports, or we've taken them to restaurants. We took them to a sporting event. They went to a Mavericks playoff game. Really confident in being able to be there. But the important point is all of our customers should feel free to wear a mask, and many of them are. Employees and customers should feel free to wear a mask if they want. And for customers like that are immunocompromised or that have other concerns or issues, Tom talked about it before, we are working with those customers if they really don't want to fly, to find another option, give them a credit, or if they just really don't ever want to fly again, actually willing to give them a refund.
Scott, while I have you, I do want to ask you about this report out. United, along with some other airlines, now apparently going to be bringing back some of those passengers that were banned for life for bad behavior. United saying in a statement, quote, "You're going to do it on a case-by-case basis." But my question is, why would you reward bad behavior?
Well, so we didn't ban any of those customers for life. And some of them will be banned for life for bad behavior. But customers that simply refuse to wear a mask, what we told them is, you can't fly United until the mask mandate is over. If you're not going to wear a mask, you can't fly. We have talked to them individually, and many of them, assure us that, now that the mask mandate is off, everything is going to be fine. And I trust that the vast majority of them will. Look, we also had it different during the crisis than you've seen in a lot of other airlines. Our flight attendants did an amazing job of de-escalating. We had far fewer incidents than happened at other airlines. Our flight attendants really did a great job. And because of that, we're comfortable that these people who just didn't want to wear a mask, now that there's no mask mandate, we can let them come back.
Yesterday, you said that you've never seen demand for air travel like you've seen right now, predicting that the rest of 2022 is going to look very good, not just for United, but probably some other airlines as well. Pilot shortages, a number of routes have already been cut across the country because of the labor shortage. How confident are you that United's going to be able to handle the crush of summer travels that you're expecting?
Yeah, well, United is in a little different position, again, than some of the others. We've actually hired 6,000 people so far this year. We create great careers. It's not just a job. We create careers with great pay, great benefits for people. So we're able to hire. But there's a lot of strain around the system, around the airports. And because of that, we're gradually adding our capacity back. We're #1 so far this month, and and lowest cancellation rate, highest on-time performance. We're gradually adding capacity back with a recognition that you can't just snap everything in the whole system back. Expect the FAA to double volumes overnight, or the TSA, or all the other infrastructure. And so we've taken a different approach, which is willing to sacrifice short-term profitability in order to make sure we have high operating reliability for our customers.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. United CEO Scott Kirby just learned that he's a father of 7. Wow. Scott, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.